If you spread part of the problems in the with Wendo and try to unpack the portfolio, the basket, as it were, and you look at other oil majors on our market, the big seven and all that, what do you see as a particular trend amongst all of them, the big seven?
Working in terms of downstream sector, for instance, so for a lot of them, governments owing them huge amount of money in terms of subsidy debts that they've availed in terms of importation. So that not having that income to trade has impacted in terms of revenues that we are seeing from a lot of them. Then, of course, you can't shy away from Forex. For a lot of them, they don't have access to Forex like they should have been getting. So we saw that the NNPC was like the sole importer of crude oil for a few months ago. Also, of course, this is something that happened last 2 years ago when we saw the oil price drop from a peak of over $100 to $22. So a lot of them are coming out of that. Oil has stabilized. Outlook for oil seems very positive. So with the hurricane we saw in the US, for a lot of the refineries or output that we're going to see is not going to be as much. Saudi Arabia also mentioned that there might be about 50,000 production cuts in October. There's going to be a meeting of OPEC as well. So, well, that might not go well for Nigeria, depending on whether they're going to agree that there should be a production cut for Nigeria as well. So in terms of oil price outlook, it looks positive. And I think the oil sector, they're coming out of the woods. But let's see how that pans out in the months ahead.
Locally speaking, and for these oil firms here listed on our market, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources has been talking about, yes, diesel prices are stable, trending downwards. Petrol prices, so there's a survey that petrol prices should be around 131 naira. Yeah. Some people believe that the Ministry of Petroleum Resources is cooking the books, as it were, because the template we had a year ago, or a little over a year ago, was 280 naira to the dollar. The world has since changed from 280 to 1. So how do we still maintain this? Because just about a week ago, the major oil marketers said the government is still owing them about $2 billion bank loans plus interests.
Well, so hopefully, I believe that the government is working out paying some of those outstanding. And if they do that, like I said, it's going to ensure that those oil marketers have a lot of trading income or trading money to trade. So that's going to impact on their revenue. So I think, one, the macroeconomic environment has improved generally. I think what a lot of people also advocating is passage of the PIB fully, and that's going to ensure that the business environment for oil industry is going to be attractive. So I'm going to see more investment in that industry. When
investors, large and small, speak with you, what's their concerns, what's their outlook on this oil and gas segment of our market?
Well, generally speaking, I think investors are usually skewed towards the banking sector. And of course, in terms of their dominance in the stock market, then of course some blue chip stocks like Dan Cement. In the past, for some of them, they were big on some of the oil majors, and we've seen some of them divesting their downstream operations. So for a lot of them at the moment, they're a bit on the fence, so to say, in that particular industry. And of course, that can be explained. We've seen how events have panned out in the last 2 years. So I think when we see a rebound in oil prices, although for me, I'm not optimistic, I think these price levels have come to stay, at least for a while. So they are not optimistic in that particular sector at the moment.
What do you consider as the key major thing we should look at to help lift the oil and gas marketing space of our market? Is there the PIB? Is it the crude prices? What exactly are you looking for as an investment person?
So I think it's a combination of everything. PIB is key, and what that says is that there's going to be like a friendly business environment for investors to come and do business. Oil price is key, but like I said, I think we have a period of lower for longer now. So we might not see the period of over $100 to a barrel crude oil price. So foreign exchange is key as well. So for the people in the downstream sector, one major challenge for them was that they couldn't source dollar from the CBN, and that was why the MNPC was like the sole importer. So there's access to dollar, there's dollar liquidity, PIB bill is passed quickly, and a more business-friendly environment. I think that might help lift up that particular sector.
Let's finish with Owando, where we started. We're going to push out the stock chart from Stockman here and gives us a bit of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years snapshot of Owando. And what we've seen over the last few years, I'm sure you can catch a little bit of a glimpse of that. As you said earlier in this conversation, was this stock coming from a high around year 2011, 2010, 2011, this stock was coming from more than 132 naira per share. If a stock was selling at 132 naira about 7, 8 years ago, that was massive.
At some point it was, I think, over 200, if I can remember. Yeah.
Per share?
Yeah.
Now we've seen that, what you call a skyfall. That's what I describe it. That's skyfall or skydiving all the way down to 5 naira per share.
It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting or very embarrassing? Well, if I'm holding this stock over the last 7 years, that's the picture I'm looking at. So I'm asking myself, is this stock really worth it where I am right now? Yes, on Friday, I finished off about around 6 naira?
Yes, over 6 naira on Friday. Mm. Well, so, like I said, I don't currently look at Owando. And,
which ones do you look at, if it were just a few seconds?
Well, several. I look at across industries. So I'm big on banking, big on industrial goods, big on consumer goods.
And a few oil and gas?
And cement. But
oil and gas?
At the moment, I'm not holding any oil and gas.
You don't hold any oil and gas? Okay, so I can't hold you to anything.
No, you can't.
Thank you for coming bright and early on Monday and try to wade through the floods on Lagos Street on the way back downtown. Bolahan, I know who is the head of investment at Afrinvest.